Well, we have to look at the latest traffic news, but Mama V, good morning to you.
Good morning.
You look very calm.
You seem surprised that we're greeting you.
Yeah,
Is everything fine?
Like the way he said it, I've always been a calm person. I'm usually very quiet.
You?
Yeah.
What?
What?
Yeah, it's true. We have to go to traffic.com.gh. It's where we get the latest traffic information.
We better go there.
So we're going to Ring Road Central. Kojo, we have Ring Road Central.
We do, yes, and it's rolling, isn't it?
It is.
It's rolling, Roland. It looks like, well, it's starting to build up, though. Let's
we see a lot more cars today
than we did
yesterday, same time. Just about same time.
It's funny. I don't know if you'll agree, but I think Tuesdays and Thursdays there's more traffic in town than any other days of the week. Yeah, I don't know why, but that's my experience of Accra.
Tuesdays, Thursdays.
Well, no, Fridays too. Fridays.
Yeah, Fridays
very horrible.
Definitely, yeah.
Or even Friday afternoon, especially from 2, 3. Sometimes I don't know why. Maybe people close early. Yeah, maybe they're going for funerals.
Anyway, this morning,
a good time
Ring
to
Road
drive
is
through
looking a bit more built up than usual, but still flowing.
Yeah. All right.
Right then, let's see. Where else can we check out this morning? Harbour Road is a good place to look. The big roundabout. Let's see what's going on there. This is the roundabout at the beginning of the Tema motorway coming into Accra. And yeah, as usual, on the actual circle itself, lots of traffic. But in the little exit that leads onto the motorway, it's looking okay. Not so bad. Yeah, all right. Where should we go next? Airport City, yeah. Now, Airport City, we always have the view of the airport shell. And again, this morning, perhaps a little more traffic than we would normally see at this time. Something's going on, you know. This Tuesday is a bit busier, a bit earlier. Yeah, it's building up. So if you haven't made it out already, then, oh dear. And idiot. I'm no bad shit. So, where next? Burma Camp. Right, this is the new road, Giffard Road. Yeah, there we go. Oh, looking quiet, looking quiet. Building up little by little, but not terribly so. Still quite smooth. And this, I believe, is the view from the Burma Camp end of it, isn't it? Yeah. So there's more traffic going to Spintex than coming into town. That's interesting. All right. So Tete Kwashi, of course, is where we will wrap it up. The big circle itself. And oh, of course, yeah, looking busy, especially for the lane coming from Medina into town. Also, the Tema motorway from Tema into Accra is slowing down a bit because of the build-up of traffic, perhaps from Alisa Hotel coming backwards. So yeah, it's all looking like a typical weekday morning. Right then, so newspapers, let's have a look at what we have today.
Okay, so let's look at the Daily Graphic. Mama V. Yeah, you.
You want to look at the Daily Graphic?
Okay. Mama V is busy reading some DVLA
well,
story.
I mean, it's the Commander Azugu.
Oh!
Yeah, so Commander Azugu. That's why I said, you really want to know the Daily Graphic? Okay, let's do the Daily Graphic newspaper. Front page. NDC meeting in Kumasi turns bloody. 1 dead, another injured. Police on heels of 4 suspects. Also, DVLA goes digital to safeguard security of vehicles. And this is the story and the man. DSP Samuel Kojo Azugu. I don't know why SWAT team wore masks. That's the commander, the person who led that operation on that day. KNUST, Ghana Publishing Company, signed MOU to exchange skills. Let's check out what's in the center spread. Ghana African Risk Capacity sign agreements on response to extreme weather impacts. Also, Ghana Publishing Company, KNUST partner, That full story in the center spread of the paper. But let's turn our attention to the back page. Demand legal stay of foreigners before renting out properties, according to the Ghana Immigration Service. They issued a statement. Some of the papers carried this story yesterday, but it's in the Daily Graphic today. Also, Ablekuma West Municipal Assembly secures funds for construction of maternity block. By way of headlines, that will be it for the Daily Graphic.
Okay.
Well, definitely. We have to do the Ghanaian Times or
Sure.
the Daily Guide.
Well, I've got both. So maybe we'll start with the Daily Guide. Banner headline, boot for boot. NDC hawks gun down 2 vigilantes. All right. Ayawaso probe, gun firing lasted 15 minutes. That is the headline that the Daily Guide found most remarkable from what Azuguza had to share. Sorry, DSP Azugu had to share.
Not Azuguza.
No, not Azuguza. One ambulance, one constituency takes off. Okay. Stop showing off in my court, judge to Opuni's lawyer. Oh, showing off? Kidnapper takes police on a wild goose chase, and this is the heartbreaking latest development in the Samuel Odeturk Wills trial for escaping from custody. He's not been tried for kidnapping yet. Families are still stressed and worried.
But I feel that the people who go to the courts, they are not well informed, because from the reaction, it almost sounds as if it's some substantive case of the kidnapping that's been dealt with. So I saw the reaction to the judge in particular, and they were blaming the judge for adjourning when the girls haven't been found.
I get your
It
point.
looks like we're losing focus of the fact that he's there because he escaped from the prison cells.
I understand that, although I think those who are, concerned about the adjournments, I mean, the judge has the right to adjourn. What I'm saying is those who are concerned about the fact that this is all happening while the girls haven't been found, I think they still have an argument, because clearly they haven't yet brought a case of kidnapping against him.
They need to put pressure on the police to send the case to court.
Exactly. So if perhaps the police is thinking they want to finish this before they start on a kidnapping case, then clearly the adjournments would still be a source of frustration for those who want to hurry up and get to the main event.
I think it's still back to prosecution.
Yeah. The police perhaps should explain a bit better why they are going with this, and they still haven't brought a case of kidnapping against this individual, who continues to take them on wild goose chases, by the way. That is the most worrying part of it. Back page of the Daily Guide. Taekwondo referee course ends on a high, and Kwame Che hails Kotoko fans. Club lose 20-0 and face expulsion. This is the third-tier club in Italy, Pro Piacenza. 20-0.
This is bribery.
Oh, why?
In football.
I think Manchester United.
Said
You can't say that. What's your
Mourinho
evidence?
targets.
Why do you score? Good team.
Maybe when Chelsea was scored 6 grand, nobody said bribery.
The Chelsea experience
But
was
this is
bad.
20.
I was watching the thing.
Yeah, this is just like scoring
So-
Chelsea 6.
You know the Chelsea
Three
incident.
times.
6-0. 6-0. You
Yes,
said this
this
one
is
is what? You
20-0.
said what level? You said the
Oh,
club
it's
is
not
at what
level matter.
Oh,
Two
that.
teams of 11
You said
men
that
each
the club
play
is what
football
level?
against each other.
Chelsea is a top first. Charlie, what's their thing? Bring the vibes out.
It's
your
a
club.
football team. They played against another football team of supposed
This is
equal.
what division? You said this is what
it's-
division?
Mama, it's not about the
Third
divisions.
tier.
I understand the point you are trying to make, but what I'm saying is
Wants
they
to
were
tease me.
evenly matched to
I
another
said,
team
so when
in
you see-
their
Manchester-
division.
It's like
United.
6-0.
It's really not.
We played against Manchester. Yeah.
It's really not.
yesterday.
So two teams of equal
Can we
ability
move on? Is it the main story?
play, and one wins by 6.
I-
Then
Are
another
you
two
done?
teams of equal
I
ability.
don't
I'm
know why
not
you
done.
want to stretch this.
Uh-huh.
But that's what
because
it
my
is.
sisters support Chelsea, and they told me to stop laughing at them. So I'm trying to make amends.
You're trying to
Those
stop.
two, when they come together, I can't survive. Mourinho targets League One job, really, and KP Boateng home burgled. Oh, that's terrible! What a horrible welcome to Spain. Right, Ghanaian Times has these. One shot dead, another injured at NDC meeting in Kumasi. Police branded vehicles belong to national security. That's the SWAT commander That's again the
so this SWAT is different from the one under Ghana Police.
Clearly. So we have two SWATs: National Security SWAT and Police SWAT.
Nice.
And boy, are they different.
Yeah. The other side, some wear masks. Sometimes they don't even know why they wear the mask.
Yeah, look, the Ghana SWAT, the special weapons and tactics, they come out for special situations and all of that. The National Security SWAT,
they get intelligence and they survey for 24 hours.
No, they as for them, all you have to do is send out a few mosquitoes. And government inaugurates 6 MMDAs today. That's on page 16.
6 MMDAs?
No, mosquitoes then.
Oh, that was an example.
It was an analogy. He said it's an analogy.
Yes.
Oh, boy. Stakeholders meeting.
Other times, it could be worn for other purposes. But on this particular occasion, he doesn't know.
No, what happened was that...
Why do you want to put words in the mouth of the commander?
I think,
he just gave an analogy.
They were patrolling
there are times
since
that they have
dawn.
to stay through the night, so sometimes they
That's what I'm saying. They were patrolling since dawn, so I'm sure that's why.
I thought he said
they forgot to remove it.
When they left the base, they were not masked. I heard that.
When
they left the base, they were not masked.
Yeah,
when
they left their...
He said if he had seen them wearing the mask, he would have told them to remove it.
But he said he was in the leading vehicle.
He said he didn't know that.
I'm sorry.
Move on with the headlines.
There, but everything he knows about what happens, he learnt it from the video.
It's been how many weeks?
But he's in one of the videos, by the way. He's actually in one of the
Sam George video.
The one where Sam George is being beaten. He's the one stopping the fight.
That's him?
Yet he says he didn't see what happened to Sam George.
Oh, that's him stopping
the fight. If we have the video, we can play it.
Can we play it?
Okay,
here we go. Let's watch it.
What's Sam George saying?
So this is Sam George.
Kill a man in his own house.
He goes towards the man, talking, saying things that are slap-worthy.
And he said he was in his car.
The man comes out of the car. Now, the DSP says he was in his car. Okay, so this is the guy who first slapped Sam George. This is the one who picked up his phone. This is the second slapper. And then look, people walking around. Immigration man walks away.
So where is he?
Oh, Roland. Premature. Where is he?
He wasn't captured apparently.
Roland, you've made us excited over nothing.
Okay. These are the unarmed national security.
Yes, the unarmed ones.
Operatives.
Yes. Look at them all, unarmed.
Okay. All right.
Anyway,
okay, let's go back to the papers, shall we?
Roland.
We didn't see Mr. Azugu
Do you have anything to say?
No, I don't have anything to say.
Please review the rest of the papers.
All right, so we have to look at the Daily Dispatch newspaper. It has on the front page.
Looking through those videos.
Kennedy Japan's advice. Both MPP and NDC must disband their vigilante groups.
From the man who admits to funding the invisible forces.
And now we had the
funding.
We had the Hawks yesterday also on display.
I have something to say to the Ashanti Region Police. Do you see how quickly and how
they issued a statement
and how they even say the Hawks? When those guys invaded the courtroom, did they ever put a name
invisible
to the
forces,
people?
Like never.
No, once it's
the opposition
party.
I mean, it's really interesting.
And this is the same region,
and it's
by the way.
sad, it's sad when the police does this. It's really sad how quickly, and then they put a name to it.
So look, Mama B is disappointed at the police's competence.
Disappointment is an understatement. You go on it.
Disappointed at their competence.
Other stories on the front page of the Daily Dispatch newspaper. I cannot say in public NDC MP's unpalatable words. SWAT commander.
Yeah.
Because this one was in response to a question. What did the MP say to warrant
I think he wrote
the civilians?
Right? They gave him a paper to write.
But what the MP said was on tape, I think.
We don't know.
Okay. Let's provide jobs.
This is the leader of the SWAT team.
Let's provide jobs for MPP and NDC vigilante groups before disbanding them. That's Richard Nyama of the MPP saying this. Richard, good morning. It's been a while.
You created your own. They become monsters.
Now haven't you provided
now it
jobs
is our job to. It is our duty to provide them jobs. Like Krokrom. You get what I mean? They are doing the wrong thing, and instead of punishing them, we are saying, "Oh, let's get them jobs." Really?
Well,
do you know how many people are sitting in Ghana who don't have jobs?
They were in their house.
But these are people who are doing the wrong things.
They were in their house.
And instead of punishing them.
They were in their house lifting their weights, eating their steroids.
And we now
went to bring them.
And made them informants.
They should come and hawk us and invisible force us.
Oh gosh.
They are finished invisible forcing us. Instead of sending them back to their steroids, we've given them guns.
You know, I wish they would turn on their paymasters instead of, turn on the society.
You mean
so?
Like how allegedly
yesterday's
the NDC
unfolded.
Turned on each
exactly.
other,
Something
allegedly.
like that. I wish that is what will happen, but unfortunately, we know it won't happen like that.
The custodian, bloodthirsty NDC hawks on rampage.
Allegedly.
How
32
convenient.
communities in Ofuasia Yorubi get electricity, and EC battles to implement ROPAL. The battle is on.
Okay.
Let's do the Finder. I've got the Finder newspaper real quick. Front page of the Finder. 1 killed, 1 injured. NDC task force and the Hawks in bloody clash. Government condemns murder of NDC task force member. RTI coalition kicks against blanket 1-year clause in RTI bill. 32 communities in Ofuasia Yorubi constituency get electricity. A new district housed in Market Building. Okay, these are the front page headlines that find the newspaper. Where shall we begin? Are we doing any stories in particular, guys?
Yeah. So I just got this from a reliable source. Azugu is in one of the videos, and he was trying to stop them from beating a guy who fell.
Oh, so not some George.
Well, I don't know.
Wait, I haven't seen this one.
No, I haven't. But he was in one of the videos.
The person should fetch us the video, provide us. So
if there's a link,
videos,
please.
No,
we have all the
particular
videos.
one.
But
But we have
one.
a number of videos from the incident.
We'll look for it.
I'm looking
We'll
for the
look
particular one where Mr. Azugu is. Yeah.
So anyway, he was
You know
there,
what the
he was
graphic
there.
has done is to bring back some of the questions and the answers provided from yesterday's hearing. That's in page 16 of the Daily Graphic newspaper. So the bit about the mask here, I think it's one of the interesting parts. So let's see. This is Emil Short here. Says, if I understand your statement, the people who were masked were people who came from that community or knew the people in the community and provided information. That is why they were masked. Is that what you are suggesting? Is this particular in this particular operation, why were they masked? Here's the answer. DSP Azugu says, I'm yet to get that information. And then the question, the follow-up comes. Are you aware of any policy that determines when any member of the SWAT team will be masked? Here's the response. Yes, my lord. What is that policy? You mentioned that that may be they wanted to be protected against mosquitoes and so on. This was an operation during the day. It was not for protection against mosquitoes. Here's response. I use that example to buttress the fact that in preparing for a possible staying outside overnight, they keep those materials on them so that if our operations take us deep into the night, they can keep them and use them. But on that particular day, I'm yet to know why those you saw in Max decided to put them on. And here's the follow-up. Even though you were in charge of the operation, you didn't know? Answer. Yes, my lord, I'm yet to know, sir.
That morning they were roped into the National Malaria Control Program.
So he's yet to know, right? So what this means is that he hasn't asked them. He hasn't checked with them why they wore masks. It's been almost 3 weeks since the incident, since the violence erupted during the by-election. And for 3 weeks, everyone in Ghana has been talking about the event. And of course, people have been asking about why the individuals were wearing masks. But he, a person who has been called to appear before a commission of inquiry, didn't consider it wise to inquire as to why his men wore masks for an operation during the day in the absence of mosquitoes in a community from which they have not been feeding information. So he didn't find out. He didn't think he should. in advance of appearing before the commission because he didn't think they will ask him?
Priorities. Can I just, so that you know, so there's another question, and this is Professor Mensah Bonsu. You said you have been in this SWAT team for a year. Here's DSP Azugu. Yes, my lord. When was it formed? This is the response. This is a long time ago, probably 20 years ago. The people in the team now, when did they join? Here's response. Most of them were transferred there on the assumption of these governments. They have been, they've been there. This is another question. They've been there since 2017. Did you go and meet them there? Here's response. I met almost all of them because I am the latest addition. I went there over a year now. You want more questions? Does the SWAT team at National Security have any relationship with the formed police units? Yes. And then it continues.
So that is interesting there. Yeah. So he's saying that most of them came there when the new government came into office. Yeah. But the force has existed for over 20 years. So if most of them came there with the new government, where did those who were there before, where did they go?
Oh, they've gone home. So I got information that that's what happens at National Security because there are a lot of guys who are there. You know, sometimes you meet people, so for instance, somebody hits somebody's car and then the person wants to go to the police and he's like, oh, I'm National Security. So you meet all these guys who are just there, no identity, nothing, but they just say National Security. So apparently there are a lot of guys there who just say National Security.
And they all get a salary.
When there's a change, then, you know, we don't know where they go, but they obviously leave. And then, you know, when your government comes back, then you come back.
Yesterday was a very interesting insight into how our security apparatus works. You know, and by the way, let's not gloss over the very obvious revelations that DSP Azugu has provided. For example, he has revealed that the purpose of their mission there was to provide, to boost confidence.
Confidence building.
To build confidence, during the election. Okay? But they were told that it is possible that at some point they may be called upon to cordon off and search an area where there is a suspicion of stockpiled arms.
Please rewind.
So the original purpose is to boost confidence. That's why 60 men got up that morning, dressed up, armed themselves, and went into a constituency where there's a by-election going on. They went there to boost confidence.
Wait. Could you stop?
This is what their commander is telling us.
Wait. I have a follow-up.
Yes.
Boost confidence near a polling station?
They went to boost confidence in the election. That's what he said.
And then they got information that...
And they were told that while they are there, they
to boost confidence.
They may...
Can we have some national security men come and boost confidence on the streets of Kokomleme this morning?
It gets a lot worse. Do you remember what Brian Achampong and Kandapa said about the reason why those people were dispatched?
Intelligence that there were arms being kept in a warehouse. There was intelligence that there were arms being kept in a warehouse, and that they had nothing to do with the election.
Am I misremembering?
No, I remember.
No, we all do remember.
So one of them is lying. Either the ministers are lying or Azugu is lying.
The leader
of the
SWAT team.
That's right. They cannot both be telling the truth. So let's be clear here. Somebody is lying to us.
Or maybe somebody left some information out.
No. They've said two things that conflict and directly contradict each other. One side says that they had nothing to do with the election. The other side, the commander, says that we were sent there because of the election to go and boost confidence.
I don't understand. Like boost confidence, like how?
Yeah.
When the people see them, then they'll come out and vote.
They'll be confident to come out and vote. I said, you know what? I wasn't going to vote this morning because I was afraid. I was afraid of mosquitoes. But then I saw heavily built men wearing masks. So I thought, you know what? Yeah, now I can vote. I'm confident.
I think we have to wrap up. But for all the things that have transpired since Thursday, sometimes I get afraid. Because, I grew up in the barracks. And the army, logically, they take young people. Sometimes somebody is 18 years, 20 years, 21 years. And, well, it could be older. And averagely, you have these other ranks or ORs who just stay in the service for 25 years. By the time they get out of the service, they are not even sometimes 48 years old. So they are able-bodied people. They are walking around. They've gone through training. We've given them training how to use arms, etc. And they are home because our economy doesn't absorb them logically. The army also has not got any special purpose for them to integrate into any work. Now we have all these boys. And you can imagine since the year 2000, we've had all these people going through national security, first by second. And it depends on who is the flag bearer. They also come with their people. And if the party leaves, they also come with new people. And all these people have been trained. And they are trained either by people who have been brought from outside or another country on weaponry, how to do whatever it is. And they are all in our society. What happens if there is any upheaval somewhere in the community near us?
So, Dr.
And it's something that I think the political parties, if they have any interest in our country, need to avert their mind to.
All right.
Dr. Enin is always on this case. And immediately, sometimes you're on the street, and all of us have witnessed it. Something happens, you see somebody will get out of his chenchema car and pull a weapon. So macho guy, you will know that when you ask him, he says it's national security.
No.
So first of all, you are so right. And Professor Mensah Bonsu has stopped calling them vigilantes. She says that they are militia. That's what they are. They are militia. They are an unauthorized armed force walking around in our society, sent by who? Our leaders. And in some cases, the opposition, who, of course, used to be our leaders. That is who they are. Let's be very clear. And by the way, we're talking about contradictions. One very important other revelation from Azugu yesterday. You recall that the Director General of Police Operations said he doesn't know who these people are. That's what he said when he arrived on the scene. Well, according to Azugu, when the thing started getting hairy, he first radioed headquarters and told them to send reinforcements. Then, and this is his own testimony to the commission, he rang the Director General of Police Operations and told him what had happened, told him we have arrested some people and we need reinforcements.
This was after?
No, this is, well, after the shooting occurred and before the Director General of Police Operations arrived at the scene. Okay?
Oh, so this was before he denied them?
Thank you. Ah. And by the way, he has still denied them even at the commission. The Director General of Police Operations.
Hang on. There are two. There's one in charge of the Greater Accra, and then there was another region. One.
Director of Operations. But we have Director General,
the
Ghana Police.
So which one came to the commission?
I think the one in charge of the operations that
day,
right?
General.
The Director General, okay. Not
the
region.
He's the one who was in charge of the Accra region.
All right.
Yeah.
So he's the same person who said on the scene, our boys don't wear masks.
Yes.
So
I think he even said it at the commission,
did they come from?
Yeah.
And he said it again at the commission.
Yeah.
Yet this Azugu is saying that he called him and told him that this is happening, we need reinforcements, we've arrested 9 people.
Let's just send them to the Legon police.
Thank you. So again, one of them is telling the truth. Both of them can't be telling the truth.
I'm glad that this commission is doing its work because I keep saying,
and I love
none of these people appearing would have responded to our phone calls or our request for an interview. We would never have known these.
They call themselves a SWAT team. Now, the former IGP asked him, "Do you use special weapons?" He said, "Oh no, we use AK-47." So then you are not a special weapons team. As for tactics, I'll let the public judge whether these people have tactics. But they asked, what do you people do on a normal day? Before that day, what do you do?
They train.
They said, oh, sometimes we go out and protect state land. So they are land guards. Let's go to myjoyonline.com. Let's see what's happening there.
So we have second-hand vehicle. Auto parts dealers push for review of discriminatory upfront duty payments. And then we also have GNPC needs better corporate governance structure. And we know all that's happening. And so CSO, currently, they are demanding.
The CEO and the chair. But there's a well, I don't know. That's a chairman of a political party, chairman of a government cooperation, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's move on.
And yesterday, I got all the thing about Anyway, banking sector reforms, high fiscal cost, lessons and alternatives 1. So you need to have a better read on the Cape Coast Basic School Heads appeal for government assistance. They have, Cape Coast is a hub of some of the best schools in our country. But at the basic level, the community schools are suffering. Volta will have its bountiful share, Alabi Tales, Qatar NDC, and we know that the climax of all this, the presidential primaries, all the NDC is this Saturday.
Would it happen on Saturday? I would say a question mark.
Oh, we'll look at it next. And then we have police on manhunt for 4 NDC hawks over Kumasi shooting, another appalling issue of vigilantism and the way the parties are nurturing these people. And Dr. Eni will say they are non-entities who have been given the high accolade of being important in society.
They'll come back and bite them.
I don't know why they don't turn the guns to maybe some of them and shoot them.
That is what has happened in this one.
No. It should have been directed to where they were meeting. I'm told the chair and then the general secretary was in there as well. Were in there as well.
You mean?
Ban MPP NDC to stem vigilantism PPP. You know what I said when the motorway was bad? I said we need a minister or some prominent person to get an accident and die.
No, you can't say that. I still insist.
This is my second time.
But the PPP, they got some accolades from the commission yesterday. Said, I hope that when you're in power, you speak like this, right?
I also West Worgon Commission of Inquiry and Legal Issues Arising. Okay. We have other stories there. False Muhammad videos of a by-election. One thing I do know is that it looks like people in government are uncomfortable about that interaction so far. I'll just see how it goes.
All
right.
So we now have a picture of DSP Azugu in action on the day of the violence, trying to stop some people from kicking a man while he's down. Can we put that up quickly before we go? Right, apparently it's not ready. But we do have a picture. We'll put it up when we come back from sports. But,
okay.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's it. Stay with us. You know, you can't miss, because, you know, JoyNews, we're showing the hearings live all through. So this is the right source for you to get all the information. So definitely stick with us. We've got sports. Right. We'll come back and talk some NDC internal electoral matters. And then we'll also discuss the big issues. Stay right here with us. You're watching the AM show. Benedict is up next.